Young in Love.
Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the Young in Love podcast. On today's episode, I have two amazing people and they're going to be sharing their love story because I'm dedicating this episode to one girl called Amarachi. Amarachi told me that it's not possible to find love now except through your contact. And I was telling her, you have to be going out, you have to put yourself out there so people can see you, people can meet you, know you, love you. But she just believes that somebody has to connect you to your love. Amarachi might be right because on today's episode, we have a couple that their love story is through their contact. And I brought them here to share. It's very sweet though. So we find love in hopeless places. Just hold on to that hope you have to love. I'm not going to introduce them. They'll introduce themselves.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Chika. I'm engaged to this beautiful, handsome. I'm engaged slash married traditionally somehow. Yeah, we're married to this wonderful, handsome man.
They can't see him.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello guys. My name is Taiwo, and I'm happy to be here. And then and I have with me, my wife, my fiance, my fiance slash wife, like she said. And we'll be sharing a lot of exciting, thing with you guys today.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'm happy to have you guys on today's episode of the Young in Love podcast. Guys, you need to see the way they're rocking each other. It's distracting, but God is our strength. So first of all, we're going to I think I'll give you guys the floor later on to tell the story of how you met.
Okay.
But let that not come first. Let's just hit the main things first. Now that the both of you are a couple, you're living together, you're doing a lot of things together, coming to church together, going for dinners together and all, planning life together. How do you maintain individuality? Because sometimes people believe that, okay, when you marry a person, you lose a part of yourself and then two of you combine to form one unit.
Before I met my fiance, Taiwo, my husband, I should start saying husband. Before I met my husband, I've always been this kind of person that would always want to do things. Oh yeah, this is my own stuff. This is just me doing my own thing. I know how to plan and do my stuff. And then I used to always think that probably with someone you would actually lose that. But I feel like depends on the partner that you have. Taiwo was the person, when we first met, he made it very clear that even after I talked about, these are the things that I want to do. I made it very clear that, I have so much I need to achieve. I don't think I need this person now to slow me down or to want to make me not achieve those things.
Were you telling him because you felt he would slow you down?
No, I told him because I felt like if I have a partner, just like you said, it would probably limit me from actually maintaining that individuality. But Taiwo understood that. He understood that, okay, there are things that I have to do and there are things that I have to achieve and all that. So it was easy for me to not just lose myself because I'm married to him. So somehow we understood that part, and it was easy that I know that I have to do this and he knows that I have to do that. So it doesn't come in between our relationship or whatever it is we have together. So he understands. So it's easy for me to just say, okay, I have schoolwork, and then it's easy for me to get that done. I just moved in somehow and it has been easy because we have a balance. He has work, I have school time, and then in between we tend to do our stuff, and exactly. So in between, then we can just oh babe, how is it going? Oh babe, how is it going? It's going well, okay. And then when I have short breaks, it's easy for us to come back again. But at that moment, we know that we're starting our day just doing our stuff, doing our own thing, and we just have a pattern that works for the both of us.
Yeah, I think my wife is right, like she said. And then I'm just going to add few things to what she said. So we try to make sure we understand each other. And I think the idea for us, the other thing we would know is that for me, I think in relationship or marriage, I think the concepts of individuality should be scarce in a way still. Because at the end of the day, you don't want a situation where you get carried away by you trying to just be all alone or trying to do things by yourself.
Yes.
Because the moment you have that mindset, you're already setting a ground that would let that be the standard. And over time, you guys will not enjoy each other's company. So it has to be scarce. So what we do, we try to check in on each other, at intervals. Despite the fact that she's going to be doing it on all her own, I'm fully aware of what she wants to. She's fully aware of what I want to do. So that way it's not you just go and then do things as you want it. You get. So both of us will be, oh, babe, this is what I want to do. Maybe, oh, babe, I just want to listen to this news for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Okay, listen to it. Then in between, you have to like take a break to just share. Maybe, babe, there's this thing I read in it, and I'm just trying to share it with you. Oh, that's fine. Then we talk for like short period, and she goes back.
That applies to gossip as well. Like
Exactly.
Of course.
So that's why I use that word, that individuality should be scarce, because the idea is that you still want to bond even while you're doing your separating. You guys still want to keep in touch. You still want to put on. You still want to kiss. You still want to hug each other. You still want to do other things. So that has been like our method, like since we got together. And it has really worked for us.
Yeah, I think individuality does not mean that you should not start acting single or anything. No, that's not it. No.
For me, I think it would have been really, really scary to end up with someone who feels that, what is this podcasting?
Exactly.
What is this small children thing? And you need to do more mature women. I would be sick of it. So it's important that you're with someone that allows you thrive in your interest and all of that. That was something you said. Leads me to my next question.
Okay.
Since you guys met each other up until this time, have you rubbed off on each other in some kind of way? Because there's something I used to say, that people hardly change. People don't change. Especially when you become an adult. It's easier to mold a child than it is an adult. So, but you guys are two adults. Since you met each other, are there some things that you do and in your head you're like, oh my god, this is so Taiwo, or oh my god, this is so Glory or Chika, or how are you guys? Do you sometimes rub off on each other?
I think that's the I think that happened, I think, early in the relationship in a way. 1 month or the first 2 months, there were a lot of, I was expecting your call. Sorry, I got busy. Or maybe I slept.
I got busy.
No, like she got busy. She'll tell you like, and I'll be like, at least just send me like a text or something. That was one of the things, that we experienced, early in the relationship, because for me, and I didn't take it as something bad, because then, we're two individuals just coming together. So I don't expect that we'll just click on the go, and then she will understand that she needed to understand that at that time, even if you're going to be alone or do those things, I want to be involved. I want to know like what has happened, what is happening, or what exactly you're doing. So for her, it was, she knows those things, but she feels like, oh, you should know that I didn't call you because I was doing this. I was like, okay, even if don't assume, just tell me. So I need to be aware, or maybe we discuss it in the morning. Then she will start the thing like 4. Then she would say, oh, since we talked about it in the morning, so I didn't see the need to I'll be like, even if we have talked about it 2 minutes before, when you're about to start, if I'm about to start this, you guys.
So what has changed over time now?
Yeah, that changed. That didn't even take long, like I said, because
we rubbed off on her.
No.
Maybe you did actually, because like somehow it now became like I understood the idea of like accountability more with him, in the sense that like there are some things that I used to see as normal and trivial somehow. But when I met Taiwo, and when we started talking and even started dating, it now made so much sense. Like not like made sense, it now became clear. Like, okay, this is something that you have to do. And then maybe those things, because Taiwo has like a lot of ideas around certain stuff, and it's actually interesting to know, like not like ideas, he just has there's so many things that on the norm that me I don't see as I see them as trivial when it comes to relationships somehow. For example, like I can wake up in the morning and say hello to you and know like I'm just telling you my day and don't want to update on what is going on. But Taiwo will want like, okay, like I know we talked about this, but how about when that is happening? Like you let me know, at least let me be in the loop.
When you keep them in the loop, so they know, oh, they have started and this thing might take an extra or something comes up and I'm going to take. So that way they're aware, so they don't need to worry. They just wait for that time, and they're also able to help you to track how you're going, like why is it going, hope you're doing well and all. So basically, so
I feel like to just answer this question, like that has actually like that is one of the things that's rubbed off, like maybe me being more on me, basically me being more accountable. And I think for Taiwo, one of the things that rubbed off for me, like from something about me that maybe he has learned now, is like level of sorry. Finish.
I think that was it, and then we allow ourselves to be open.
I think my level of spontaneity somehow has rubbed off on him too, because Taiwo like even sometimes I like to plan and all that, but somehow I just also like to be spontaneous. I like to be spontaneous also, but I think it's coming up.
Taiwo is Yoruba.
Yeah.
And you're Ikwere.
Yeah.
And I saw you post something once about a Efori roll. How? Give me the tea, guys.
yeah, I think for us, we turn it to fun in our chasing, because like my wife, like she gets so excited whenever I talk about Yoruba food or Yoruba thing. Like she wants to, like, oh, I want to learn it. The next thing she's on YouTube, and she's like, oh, I want to learn to make this. I want to learn. I was so surprised the first time she makes
Chika is in love.
Oh Jesus, please.
the first time she makes vegetable, and then she was even saying
I was so excited.
In fact, she was mentioning some Yoruba, like she was saying she wanted to use the intestine, all of that.
Intestine of what?
Just of like cow meat, something like that.
I needed shaki. I needed, to be honest, like, okay, let me tell you what happened there. I just wanted to learn. Like, I went to YouTube and I checked out some stuff, and when he talked about certain food stuff that would, like, their own local dishes and all that, it just wasn't easy. Like, I like to cook, I like to experiment. So at the end of the day, it was easy to just go and check, and I just saw all the ingredients that were needed, and I just, even if normally I wouldn't want to use iru in anything I'm cooking, but I had to get it because I had to follow everything that was written in the recipe. So it was easy.
Okay, so moving on, have you guys aligned, the kind of family, the size of the family you want to have, where you want to raise your kids? Are you here in Germany? Do you plan to go elsewhere? Like, what is the situation?
Absolutely. Like, definitely, I can't go by what I have in my head, like, all the time alone, because the idea of marriage is like, I'm never going to marry myself. So if maybe when I was alone, when I was single, I used to think, oh, I want to have like 4 children.
That's what you used to say.
No, I'm just saying, no, I've always been a two children kind of person. Like, then when we met, and then that was not even like a difficult conversation, because for her too, she had two in mind. So on the go.
Okay, let me be clear. Let me be very specific. So before I met Taiwo, by the way, Taiwo is a twin. First of all, before I met Taiwo, when I was small, I've always said, okay, I'm going to have twin children. My parents, my mom always saying, from where, like, you don't have any family member that is a twin or anything. So I've always had in my head, I was like, that it will always happen. So when I met Taiwo, like, it was easy, like, to just, I've always wanted to have 2 pregnancies and 3 children. 3. But at the end of the day, it was going to be 2 pregnancies. Whether it's 2 children that comes up eventually, I don't care, but I'm
so
not.
For you, it's about how many times you go into the labor
exactly
room.
I don't. If God even make it possible, I just want to, if it's 1 pregnancy, that's
triplet.
No, thank you, please. No, twins or something. But it's not a difficult decision. Like, he wants 2 children. I don't mind. I want 2 children too. Anyhow, so it happens. So it's easy.
Okay, so next question is how you guys resolve. I don't believe that there's any relationship, however pure and sweet. I don't believe that there's any relationship without conflict. So my question is, how do you? I want the truth, though.
Yeah, do you want me to go first?
Yes.
No, I want to go.
Do you want me to go first?
Yes. How do you guys resolve conflict? This one time, it's not ladies first.
Ask him.
Okay, me first. I think definitely, like you said, conflict will always happen. That one, naturally. And then, it's something I used to tell myself, that conflict will always happen, right? It is not, the problem should not be the conflict. The problem should be, how do we, like, move on from it? Because early in our relationship, like, we used to have times where we would have conflict, and then we told ourselves that, see, no matter how sleepy or how this thing you are, like, don't go to bed with. So, it was always like...
But how easy is that, though?
Especially
when
to sleep.
It was very tough, like, because at some point, like, I think our ego set in, like, both of us, we definitely can't go to bed. So she wouldn't want to say, oh, I was wrong, sorry. I wouldn't want to say I was wrong, sorry. So both of us would just stay on the call and no sleeping. And then we are breathing on the call.
But anyways, eventually I'll sleep up because
but at some point she will sleep off, and then maybe while I'm still up, I'll take time to just reflect on what has happened. I'll just drop like long text, sorry this happened.
You drop a text.
Long text.
An apology.
At times, maybe not apology, just at times sweet words or something. Just okay. I just say like, okay.
Sorry, Chika, when he drops sweet words like that, do those words take the place of an apology?
No, he will still apologize.
Yeah, but the moment before the apology comes, do you feel like?
To be honest, my I'll be like, who be this guy? What is it? And then I think at the end of the day, we'll still talk, and then we'll still settle. But I feel like in the beginning part, it was a struggle. Even now, like, maybe we're getting better compared to the way we used to be before. Yeah. Now, I feel like somehow I'm not allowing, like, we're both not allowing, like, our egos to get in the way, because at the end of the day, sometimes I just wonder, like, why are you fighting this person? This person is somebody that this person you're spending the rest of your life with. So if you fight today, tomorrow you will still fight again. Like, you have to, like, something has to give at the end of the day.
Okay.
At what point did it become clear to you? Because, you know, sometimes conflicts can make you doubt if you guys actually meant for each other, because relationships are meant to be easy, they're meant to be sweet, lovey. So when that conflict comes, there's a tendency that you're thinking, maybe this is not the right person for me. So at what point in your relationship did you now become certain, such that even when conflicts come, you know in your head you're not going anywhere, you're going to resolve it? At what point?
I don't think I can remember, like, whether there was an actual point, but I feel like it was when everything started making sense. It made sense in my head that, this is the person that you are going to be with forever. Then there shouldn't be any reason why you would want to have conflict with this person and make run away. Do you get? But that beginning part, oh my God, it was I don't know, I feel like it's just God because I know the kind of person I am. So I feel like it's just God somehow, that kept me there, and then that kept us, because somehow it just solidified my idea that, okay, we're actually really meant to be together. Because if it's about the conflict we've had, I feel like any normal person would have actually said, okay, I don't think I'm not sure this is working for us. Let's just go. But somehow, and then the love that we both have for each other was one of the things that actually kept us strong. We loved each other regardless of how, like, to be honest, regardless of how much we fight and all that, and how the conflict comes, at the end of the day, Taiwo will be sober, I'll be like, he'll be really sober, and I'll be very sober. I'm like, to see what we're doing to ourselves, like, do you understand? Like, I will not start feeling bad, and he will not start feeling bad, like, why do we have to do this to ourselves? And then we'll now sit down and then retrospect and just talk about it and be like, okay, yeah, this shouldn't happen, and then eventually we'll both apologize. You apologize,
and then the other thing that, like she said, the other thing that really helped too was, for me, when we met, my idea wasn't just, let's just date and then whatsoever happened. Like, from the go, like when we started dating.
Your idea from the beginning it's not about like dating and let's just see what happens.
Exactly.
So you had something at the back of your mind.
Exactly. So when we got talking, when we got talking, I already told her, like, I want to date to marry. Okay? So this is what I want. So that already, like, created this thing around my mind that whatsoever happened in this, you guys have to feel, because it's not a relationship that I'm into, and then will be defined by, today we have conflict and then go away. You're not meant for me. That wasn't there. So I just told myself that either I'm with her or I'm somewhere else. As long as I chose that this is where I want to be, then I have to fix it, because it means that if I don't fix it, if I go the other way, it doesn't mean that I won't have conflict. So that means I'm taking the problem to someone else. I don't want to solve it with her. So why would I choose that? I don't want to solve the problem with her. So that's how I just condition my mind. So every time those things comes up, then I just like, you know what, I'm going to fix this. Nobody's going anywhere.
So you've never at any point harbored thoughts that perhaps there could be someone better out there who will not give me this much headache or problem?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
That's the thing. That's why it was easy for me. Like, in my head, that's why it was easy. Like, why would we fight? Like, and then the conflict resolution at that moment, even if sometimes it can stall for like a long time, but
we barely go 24 hours.
It will always end.
We've never
had one day.
Yeah, no, it's not like we don't talk.
We've never
keep talking to each other.
We've never even had 24 hours.
One word.
Yeah, maybe the thing will be just like, how are you today? I'm fine. Yes, I'm okay. Thank you. And I'll be like, why are you telling me thank you? Why are you telling me thank you?
Like, why are you telling me thank you?
Normally, you don't tell me thank you for doing all of these things for you. So why are you telling me thank you? And I'm asking, like,
it's being formal.
Exactly.
Yeah, very formal. And then he doesn't like it.
Do something for you, and he'll be like, no, thank you. I'm like, why are you telling me no? Like, like, those type of things. So that really helped us a lot. That really helped. And the fact that we've not had a conflict that we stay up each other for 24 hours. I don't think we've done 10 hours. We still want to talk to each other. Like,
that's the funniest part. The thing is, even regardless of the conflict that we have, we still talk to each other. Like, even if you can feel that, okay, the tension is there, but there's no, I see people go like 1 day, 2 days without talking to their partners and all that. I'm sorry, we don't do that here. Even if we're having a conflict, we would still talk. Like, sometimes, I think sometimes if we can even still be on the call, nobody's saying a word. We're both quiet. Everybody's just trying to calm down and just resolve, and just, even sometimes I can.
and like I think the other thing we also do is, like she said, like, we ensure we talk. Like, no matter how angry you are at me or I'm angry at you, like, you must still talk to me. like you must still tell me if you're going to do something, like maybe you're going out and you say maybe because we are fighting. No, it doesn't work for us. In our own case, like she will still tell me, I will still tell her. So we ensure that we maintain that
communication.
yeah,
That
communication. And the other thing we also talked about then is that when we have conflict, don't see it as an opportunity for you to go elsewhere. Like maybe that's when I want to find like solace, or maybe
on the shoulder of the
with your friends, maybe like just starting with your friend or calling them. Stay off those. You guys stay off those. So that way you're able to like reflect. Like, oh, what did I do and what did he do wrong? So that when we are coming back to actually talk about that, we are coming from clear area. Like, okay, this is what I did and this is what he did, and we're able to like apologize and just move on. So we ensure that you won't see me the moment you see, even if you test me from today to tomorrow as a stranger or as a friend, if I'm having conflict with my girl, I'm never going to reply you. I'm going to reply you after we have resolved. I'm going to call you back after we have resolved.
I think this point you've made is a very important one, because from my own personal experience, I tend to do that. Like if there's tension, if there's conflict, I'm looking for succor.
Somewhere else. Yeah.
It's not expressly, but subconsciously, I know that's what's happening.
Yeah.
When I want to pick up the phone and call my family in that moment when I'm not talking with my partner, but I want to speak to my mom, I want to speak to my sister. Or I remember once I was in this relationship, anytime quarrel, there's this hymn now app on the phone. I'll start playing hymns and be singing. So that he knew once I start singing hymns like that, that's why I'm not happy and peace and all. Because if I call, then it will reflect through my voice. And the next question is, what's wrong? Are you okay? Before they won't start talking. And this thing about reporting your partner is not so healthy.
Yeah.
You might forgive,
but they may not.
The people you're talking to will not forget.
Absolutely.
They will forgive.
Exactly.
So that takes me to my next question about third-party influence, third-party like boundaries and all of that. How do you guys deal with influence from third parties, especially at the initial stage of your relationship? Did you have like kickbacks from family saying, "Yeah, are you sure?" Or what kind of influences have you had to like face?
Yeah, interestingly, that's the thing. Like, I come from a family where people are allowed to make decisions that by themselves without having like external influence. The fact that I studied biochemistry in Nigeria and I said, oh yeah, I want to go and study medicine, I'm like, okay, fine, we'll support anything you want to do. Like it has always been like that. So when you present, the only thing that they will ask you, does this person love God? Does this person like how is this person's life revolving around like maybe the person's career, the person's love for God, the person, like there are certain things that I got asked and I was like, yeah, I'm very certain these are things that I have seen, and these are things that I have heard, these are the things that I've expressed to this person too, without any doubt in my heart that yeah, this person has this particular goals and values that I actually set out for myself. So there was no really external, there was no any influence like that. It was easy for everybody to just welcome him and for him to blend in immediately. Yeah. Although the only thing that maybe that I would say was like the fear around, the popular stuff about Yoruba people and Yoruba demons and all that. But like, this is a wonderful Yoruba angel.
What about them?
Yeah, the thing is that they always have like, like from social media and so many things you hear, like, okay, people, like the people from this particular tribe are always like attached to themselves. They would want to marry themselves. They want to do all that. And but I didn't see any of that with him, and I didn't see any of that with his family too. Even after I got exposed to them, I'm even more, I'm closer to the family. Like they want to see me and all that. So I didn't have any. Those are just the first reservation, just like a reservation. It was not like of any, but it didn't in any way, or it wouldn't have been in any way. It wouldn't have affected the decision I've made, because I look at this person. It was made up, and it was like I'm looking at this person individually, and I'm looking at what this person has, like everything concerning this person, not about whatever thing that any other person says. Yeah.
I did an episode about this whole Yoruba demon thing. I think that episode is titled Travails of Yoruba Love. It's just about Yoruba people from beginning to end. I did a whole episode dedicated to the tribe. So yeah, I've heard some of those things, about the Yorubas. Interestingly, there are good people everywhere and there are bad people everywhere. So don't buy into tribal sentiments when you want to choose a life partner. At the end of the day, your tribesmen will not live with you in the marriage. So, still on third party influence, Are you like, when it comes to people from your past, lovers, exes, and you know all of that, or potential potential partners or potential
Who has potential?
No, people that could have but are not. You know, how do you deal with that? Are you still in touch with them? Did you guys both decide to cut off, you know, from your exes? What boundaries are you establishing to regulate, you know, communication with people from lovers, especially from the past?
Okay. Yeah, for me, I think like it's just a no-go area.
It's a no-go
area.
So anybody from your past, your exes, you are not speaking to them, rather.
Yeah, it's a no-go area, because like if you could not like maintain relationship with them, and I'm like, definitely, you know, people have especially when it comes to guys, and I used to tell, like, I speak to her as if, you know, I don't always speak to myself like a husband. I just like, just see me as, okay, that guy. You know, guys have this thing like, oh, if he's not going to work with me, some people are like that. He's not going to work with anybody. Else. Exactly. So when they come, some of them come like, I just want to maintain friendship with you. But when you see some of the things they do, like they want to try and get into our mind. Like you want to maintain friendship with this person, but you still want to bring memories. The idea of the memories you guys have shared in the past, you know, to trigger some things in her, that will cause her to start acting somehow.
I have a question.
Okay.
So when you say it's a no-go, and I'm listening to your explanation, and you're referring to her, it's your decision to cut off just because you don't think that there can be genuine friendship, or it's a way to protect her? Because you keep referring to her, you know.
Okay. Sorry, I use that. I think it was a decision we both made. It wasn't either protecting her or it was about protecting the relationship. Like, we needed to, because, you know, we started and we felt, okay, we needed to like protect this relationship. And how do we do that? What are the measures we need to take? And we saw this as one of it. Okay, now let's take this.
Was there an incident that occurred that made the both of you talk about it?
Yeah, because for example, for me, like when like my ex was still trying to like
to get back.
Yeah, reaching out and posting pictures, sending throwbacks.
Exactly, sending some of my throwbacks. Even
how did that make you feel?
Oh my god!
I felt bad because even after she said she wasn't okay with that, and I blocked her, she was still sending me email.
Yeah, they got rent as well, sending emails.
She was still sending me email, you know, like, oh, she couldn't reach me, and just right, you know. And I was like,
sorry, I'm going to ask very specific questions, and I want specific answers.
Okay.
Were you clear with this person that you are now in a relationship?
Yeah, she knows. In fact,
so at what point in your relationship with Chika did this happen? Was it when you guys were still just getting to know each other, or you guys had determined in your mind that, okay, we are really doing this?
It was when we determined in our mind that we're doing it.
Funny thing is that this did not happen like in early in the relationship, or for the longest time since we broke up. It's just from nowhere.
Actually, according to her.
Is this breakup fresh?
No, like it's over 2 years now.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. How did you get to know that she was doing these things, like sending throwbacks to your husband?
So we share everything.
Yeah, we talk. That's the thing in our relationship. He told me. Yeah, he told. So when it happened, he told me. So there's actually nothing. There's nothing hidden. I feel like maybe before my relationships used to be like, oh, I'm doing my own stuff and all that, but with our relationship now, it's easy for us to just share whatever it is that is going on. Like if someone like so it was easy for him to tell me. So he told me, and then I was like, oh wow, whatever. And then he blocked her, and then all of a sudden next time again, I think after some months or weeks again, she then sent an email, and I'm like, what is going on here, bruh? When he was asking for their pictures, I'm like, sister, move on for Christ's sake. And then in the email they're like, oh, say hello to the madam for me. I'm like, your age.
Okay, so what I'm understanding from this now is this particular lady now that you're talking about, she didn't want to present as a threat. That's why she made reference to you. Say hello to the madam.
Yeah, but the thing is not even that was
not
before.
Excusing her.
No. That was
There's
like
a point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
From it.
Okay.
And the point is that, see, when you want to protect your relationship, it calls for extra carefulness,
exactly,
extra discernment.
Exactly.
There are people who present as harmless.
Exactly, and that's the part I was trying to
just harmless communication,
and then it will continue like that
when it's sustained over time.
Exactly.
All those memories or you
will start coming back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super dangerous.
Yes, and that's what she was trying to do too. That's what she was trying to do too. Like
so
she was sending pictures and all. It's just not necessary.
It shouldn't.
Yeah, but all exes will not behave like this though.
Yeah, not all exes.
Yeah, but you don't want to try. You don't want to be in a situation where you're like, maybe this one won't be like that, or maybe this one will be like that. Don't do that, because you doing that itself, like you're basically like already focusing on that, which is already taking you away from what you should be like. You're building life with someone, right? Focus. Why not just put the full energy into doing it, because this is your home, this is where you want to be, this is your future. So you should be more concerned about what is the way forward, which is building this future. Not is this person a saint, or is this one going to harm my leader? No, you shouldn't. The moment you are stuck in with something to make decision about something, it means that either that thing is something you shouldn't have even considered in the first place. So why are you still holding onto that and not letting go?
The moment you're stuck in a situation where you have to consider, say that again.
Yeah, where you have to make decision whether, like, if we're already doing something that is working and something is coming that might, influence that thing in a not so good way.
That relationship.
You don't put yourself in that situation. Just let go.
Yeah.
Just because if like that is like your instinct, like already telling you what you should expect. So it's not like you are bargaining at that moment. You're like, don't worry, it won't be like that. Your instinct telling it to be like, you're like, it won't be like that. So why are you wasting your time doing that? Why are you wasting your energy? Let it go and focus your energy on building something good.
You have to think and try to make a decision about.
If it's not a decision, you can just make and feel like it's a good decision. Just don't bother. Let
and also for me, like I blocked my ex. I think like because like what he said, like when you start giving them room, because I've had experiences with this same person. Like it was relationship that had to end, and then somehow you gave room again, and then it continued and all that. So I knew that was going to be the pattern. And then all of a sudden I'm getting one message, birthday message of happy birthday, this one. I'm like, I don't even want to reply you. I just blocked immediately.
But I mean, some people would say a birthday message is harmless.
My sister, I don't need your birthday messages.
Interesting. Yeah. So are you saying the both of you have blocked all your exes?
Because
I blocked I blocked the thing. I blocked the one I know that's problematic, which is like the very past relationship I came out from. Like I had the relationship from second, like
so
uni.
Chika, be following men, can't be following men since.
No, that's not what I mean. Like that's what I mean. Anyways, no, like I've had like two very serious relationships at the end of the day. So the first one was when I was in university, and like it ended, like was a very mutual ending, and everybody went their own way, which is fine. But like my second serious relationship, which is the one that was very recent from Ukraine and all that, was the one that I actively blocked, because I knew that it was not going to heed any, like just like he said, it was something that I would have to make a decision between, I didn't want to even think about it. I just, it was block, delete, and move on. It was very easy to even make that decision.
Okay. So, I'm going to ask you about the boundaries. Yes, you said a communication with exes. Yeah. No. So, what boundaries are you establishing now to actually make this work? Now, when I say make this work, I'm not talking about with exes, because you block them. I'm talking about generally. For example, you go to a place, or maybe even church, or you're in a company of friends. Are you establishing boundaries around hugging, for example? Is it 360 hug, or is it Covenant University kind of hug? Or like hanging out? Because there are people who have said, and I've heard, that there's nothing wrong in hanging out with people of the opposite sex. So, for example, Taiwo has a friend, or you have a friend in Berlin who's a guy. Like, let's meet up or something.
If we're both not going there together, I'm sorry.
So, if you're not going together, there's no hangout.
Absolutely.
Like, if we're not going, like, why would he have a friend that I can't go hang out with?
All guys, maybe it's just a guy's thing.
If it's all guys, it's fine. But if it's like a private meeting,
why is it fine? You
don't get, like,
you do not know that people are swinging.
No, the thing is,
like, this is not an accusation.
No, obviously, no.
And then one thing still is the fact that, like, we in our relationship, like, we are so open, like. I mean, like, open, like, if I'm going for, like, all guys, what do you call, hangout or whatever, definitely it's all guys are. So she knows that. And for her too, I know that. So you can't tell me, like, you should not lie to me. And we don't lie to ourselves. So there's no way you tell me you're going for all girls, hangout, and then maybe you just roll and you just to see one man. No, it doesn't work for us. And that is one of the things we established like very early in the relationship.
Yeah, and also like I don't see any reason why you would want to be in a relationship, a serious relationship, or something that has direction and all that, and you now want to like just also focus all that energy on wanting to build with your partner, wanting to like this is somebody that you're getting to know, and someone you're trying to build stuff with. That you to spend all that energy with that person,
don't have enough time,
and then there's no need bringing an external like anybody, even if it's a male friend or anything. Fine, like all my like at the moment now, like he knows the like when we first met, I even told OC I have a lot of guys that I know that I have as friends, and at some point like it was something that was difficult at the beginning part, but when he met, like he even started talking to them, I like sometimes you even be gisting with them now, say more than that, like just be laughing and all that. Like it was easy to get that. So even with his female friends too, at least I talk with some of them and we do all that together. But coming to go and have like a private meeting with, like for me especially, I'm going to go and hang out to just one guy. No, it doesn't make sense.
The moment you're in a relationship and you have like female friends, if you have female friends that are not comfortable with being best friend or friends with your partner, I think you should just cut them off. And likewise for a lady. So if you have male friends that cannot be friends with your partner, so I think you should cut them off. Because why do you want to have like a relationship that the guy or you want to keep private with someone else when you're already in? Because that is like a secondary relationship in actual sense, like to be honest. Because it shows that you guys want to run a
parallel.
Yeah, so where you can go out when he needs you and you can go out with him when you feel like you need him. So at that moment, so you guys are already running a relationship, because the moment you can call, for me to be able to call you and you leave your house comfortable without question and everything, it means that we share something. So why do you want to put yourself in that situation? Because you are creating problem. In fact, you're already setting the foundation of what will break your relationship. Because over time, more will come. The person that can ask you to say, let's go out, not minding that you have a boyfriend that doesn't want to respect that, will one day demand for more. Will ask for you to do things like, oh, will you give me, or will ask for you to say, do you want to come to my house and help me cook? We'll keep asking for more and more. Before you know it, like you get so stuck in it that your brain will not even be able to say no. So when you get to a point where you're so comfortable with saying yes, to say no becomes a problem, because you don't want to hurt him anymore. And you also don't want to hurt him. It becomes a problem for a relationship, because you now have to manage two things at the same time, which for me, I feel like is not a good thing. So just cut it off.
Cut it off. Okay. So, but when it comes to being in an environment where the culture is like that, for example, you go to France, they hug and they peck each other. How do you plan to navigate that kind of thing? Because sometimes they don't even take your permission, right? Once you
but that's
to hug, then they're like,
that's different. That's different. I think one of the things that I've learned being engaged and being married now, it's the idea of composure. It was something, usually I would say, like I'm usually very casual with everybody, and hello, hi. When I mean casual, like everybody's my friend, everybody's your friend, and everybody. But I feel like when you get to, there will be a certain stage where you just have to not be casual with these persons anymore. You have to,
not because they're a threat,
just because you have to respect your relationship exactly, and your partner, and have a certain level of composure that is not everybody that would have access to you anymore. You have to like put that boundaries, because I'm learning a lot still, but those were things that would just be like normal for me, but now it's not normal. It's something that you have to register in your head. And then looking at other people too that are like probably married and in relationship, you will see how very reserved and composed they are. Then you not be like, why do you not have to be like the shouty person, everybody's friend, and just putting yourself out there? You can just calm down. And just,
I know a woman told me something similar back in the days when she got married. The young person, when she got married, then she still used to have her spinterhood life, hug everybody, hello, how are you? And then it kept going on till one lady, an older lady of course, called her and said, do you know that you're now a married woman? And she said, well, from that point, it sunk in that it's not wrong, of course, to greet people, to say that, but as you said, composure, comportment is very important.
It's very important. It actually is.
Moving on, we are going to, I'm going to be asking you, Taiwo, as the guy.
Okay. Okay.
What does intimacy mean to you? Sexual, non-sexual intimacy. How do you navigate the differences? What does it mean?
For me, I think they're just like things that I enjoy doing with my partner, basically. And for us, the non-sexual part, like we do a lot of fun stuff, like see movies together. We
You guys have the same taste of movies.
Yeah, we try to balance it, mix it. Like I have like movies that
I was now watching Love is
so
Blind.
In fact, I'm even know that reminds that these days like
it's coming out today.
The
next episode.
How are you rubbing off on each other? You didn't see all this one.
No, we said it when we talked about we take a break in between our.
No. That was okay. Yeah, that's true. Oh
like,
yeah.
okay, we thought like Rob.
I didn't even think of that.
Like,
yeah.
So I shared the genre movie that I love, like singing and all. Then she decided to at times she joined, and then we sit together. And for her to like these days now, like I said, imagine missing
Love is Blind,
and things like that. So that basically is and at times we even just like take a walk and just gist, and just random about things about people.
That's non-sexual intimacy.
Yeah, then for the non-sexual, for the sexual part, like like we kiss, we hug each other.
do everything. We're married.
Yeah.
Hello, thank you.
And we share nice moments.
Is that the same for you?
Yeah. It's actually it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, intimacy is different. It can be like people define it differently, but it just what works for you, and what works for us is like finding a space out of whatever time we do, like just finding time to just be together and enjoy each other's company. We can just lie on the couch and just see a movie. You can just lie on the couch and be watching YouTube and watching people's stuff, podcasts and a lot of stuff. So so that's just it.
Okay, so as we round up, one last question. Tell your story, how you met.
Okay. I think everything started last year when I came from Ukraine, and one Sabbath morning.
Saturday morning, guys.
I was going to church, and then so that day I just asked my brother to take a picture of me, and then he took a picture. And then I have a friend, Eric. Eric is my friend. It's our mutual friend, by the way. Eric we usually exchange pictures. Like if he sees a picture that is nice, he'll just ask me to send it to him, and then I will send it to him. So that day he asked for the picture, and then normally I sent it to him. And I think the next time we now spoke was the next day. I think towards the end of I think it was the next day he spoke, and then he just texted me all of a sudden and asked if I lived in Adlershof. I was like, yes, I lived in Adlershof, but Eric did not know where I was living before in Berlin at all. So it was like a surprise. Like it was very direct with the location and all that. I was like, okay, I live in Adlershof. And then he was just saying that he had a friend that just came into Berlin also and was asking if I lived in Adlershof. I was like, I live in Adlershof, but that picture that he just reposted on his WhatsApp was not taken in Adlershof. It was taken in Charlottenburg, which is like where the church is located. And it was just like a coincidence because it was very direct. So it was like, that this person also just came, and then he was asking for my number. I was like, no problem, give it to him. Just like Eric is my friend. Like Eric is somebody I know that I trust very well. Like he would not obviously want to give me a number of give my number to a jaga person or somebody that is not, that doesn't have sense basically, because there are a lot of people here that don't have sense at the end of the day. But so it was easy for me to trust that this is whoever Eric is giving the number to was someone that I can actually flow with, or someone that I can just be friends with, that is responsible in quotes, because Eric is a responsible person at the end of the day. Shout out to Eric. Yeah, shout out to Eric. So Eric gave him my number, and then I think a few days later we met for the first time, and coincidentally somehow when we talked the first time, it turned out that Taiwo too was staying in Adlershof, but I have never seen him. We've never met, so it was more like a coincidence, like how he was able to just say that the place that the picture was taken was in Adlershof when it was not actually in Adlershof. So it was just coincidental, and then we met, and then we talked. So I think that was like the longest walk I had taken since I got to Germany. So we just walked around Adlershof, and then we were just talking about so many stuff. We talked about everything, school, life, everything, and it was easy to just realize that this was a different person, and this was someone out of what I've been exposed to before. Breath of fresh air. So it was a nice conversation, and then we never stopped talking since then. Yeah.
Congratulations. Was your story the same?
Yeah, it's the same. I think the only missing part yeah, so I saw the picture. I was kind of unbothered. I saw it in the morning, and towards evening I was going to the gym, and this picture couldn't go off my mind, and I had to go back again. And I feel at that point I think that wasn't natural anymore. Later in the night the picture came again, and somehow I had to go back to that story to click again. Then another message Eric like, oh yo, who is this? Who is this fine girl like this and this? Then that was how we talked, and Eric was like, okay, let me talk to her, and if she's okay, then I'll give you a number. Then the following day, I just got the number, and then I messaged her, and then I thought it was going to be like a easy ride or something, but it was, a lot of, but glory be to God.
We give God the glory.
Like a lot of, like, that's the initial thing, like ladies we do, like they don't want to make you feel like, they don't want to make you feel like,
I was busy.
Guys, come on, like every time I'll be like, when can I see? Let me just see you. Okay, I'll let you know when I'm.
I think prior to the first time we met, he had scheduled like over 3 times, and I just never had the time. Let's reschedule.
And funny thing is that she won't even tell me that.
Was it that you were super busy, or sometimes you just feel tired? I do that.
No. The thing is that I was is it that I was tired, or sometimes I'm just preoccupied. Like somehow maybe we'll schedule for 8 p.m. and by 7:30 I'm actively doing something.
For me, I just feel like our mind was not there. So it's not like she texted me like, oh, I won't be available.
It's so
time. I'll not message her. Are we still going? And then she will say, oh no, I'm sorry.
How did that make you feel?
Funny thing is, I didn't feel. So I would just say, oh yeah, let me know when you.
So God gave you perseverance.
Exactly. So yeah,
I give him. By the time we win the trophy for perseverance. Sorry.
So now, in your engagement pictures, you posted something about who says no to princess treatment. So just in 1 minute, just summarize what this princess treatment is. Is it about like opening the car door for you? Is it?
I think all around I've just been treated right and treated like I deserve, like a princess, like everybody would ever wish for. I think it cuts across the romantic part and also like the normal thing, the things that people see as maybe as extraordinary, but these are things that Taiwo does effortlessly without even stressing or blinking or something. So it cuts across a lot of things. Like I think one of the major things is the fact that I can go to bed at peace knowing that this person is my person for life, and because he said that, and because I believe that, I have zero doubt in my heart. I go to bed peaceful because I know that I have somebody that I can always count on, and it's very wonderful to know. And then it's beautiful, to be honest. It's true. And the moment you start having doubts, I'm sorry, that is just you. That happiness is far away. But Taiwo does everything effortlessly. Like he's a very romantic person. I get flowers on a regular. I get gifts on a regular. I'm treated like a princess, as like how princesses should be treated. And then we travel a lot, and I think I've never in any time even planned our trip. Nothing. I just know that the only thing
just up and leave,
pack your bags, pack your bags, we are going. And I just start following at the back. Taiwo is carrying my box, carrying my school bag. Yo, I am living the life as much as I can say, and it's interesting to know that someone can do that without even you talking about it. Like those are things that I never said. There's some things that we wish in our head that this kind of person. When you dream of tall, dark, and handsome, and someone that can really do all those things, and this person is doing effortlessly. So yeah.
Taiwo?
Yeah.
How like now you give the princess treatment, how in the flip side, prince or king treatment?
King treatment.
Yeah, so she does, like she's super creative. Let me use that word. Because she sees even there was a time I was telling her, thank you for coming, because like when I first moved to Germany, I was coming with this Nigeria mindset. Like when I was in Nigeria, I was just that guy that just spend my money the way, not like I spend recklessly though, but I like to buy comfort, like with money. Like there are things I don't like stress myself about. And she would just tell me like, she came and she became my financial advisor. Like, how about you do this, how about, maybe like based on her own experience, she's been in Europe, for a long time. And I was able to like take advantage of that, So now I was able to learn how to also live in Europe, like, faster And then the other thing is she's very creative around the things that I like. Like when I tell her, like, oh, I enjoy this thing. For example, I told her like, oh, I enjoy eating this type of meal. Like I don't really enjoy going out to eat that much.
Homemade food.
Exactly. So the next thing she's already thinking, I'm going to put it in the fridge so you don't need to worry yourself, just microwave and eat. And then she's calling me.
So sweet.
She's calling me like, oh, don't just work today. Make sure you eat too. There's food in the fridge. It won't take you 1 minute to microwave it and eat. All this type of thing. So for me, and then she was
food
also.
Food is your love language.
Maybe
you mentioned
food though.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
and then she's concerned about things that, like, the moment I say, oh, there's something off, she'll be like, what? Like there was a time I had like a very bad day at work, and then she was going to stay on the phone there till I figured that thing out. And while I was doing that, she was on the phone. We're not doing anything. She was just there, and the fact that she was on the other side of the court makes me feel, a bit relaxed and feel like, oh, there was someone that was there for me. So all of those things, for me are like
nice
enough for me to feel like, this person really wants to be with me.
He's treating you like a prince. King. Nice. In conclusion, right?
Yeah.
One word of advice.
Yeah.
Both of you will speak. One word of advice to those who have zeroed out. Because Taiwo, I remember speaking with you one of those evenings, coming back to Aduato.
Yeah.
And you said something about not being in that mindset of a relationship when you were coming to Germany.
Yeah.
It was just, you're coming here, you're going to get your job done, just focus, before you start thinking. So you were not in that mind space. Chika told me years back that she does not plan to be married in this life at all. Now you make another say she the follow man. She told me.
That was
hold on. So given and especially Chika, I think I need to really highlight the fact that you were coming from a war ravished zone, Ukraine. So that would have been a devastating experience for you. And both of you were not in that mindset or mind space of being in a relationship. But look at what God has done, right? Within months of you coming to Germany from Ukraine, you found love. So one word of advice to those people who have zeroed out, because I have some friends listening, or people are like, I'm not doing anything, love, or they don't break my heart, or just a word of advice for them.
I think for me it's pursue whatever it is you're doing, but don't hold back on love when it comes. If I had zeroed my mind completely, it would have even been more difficult. But at the end of
Eric would not have
Eric would not have given my number. Exactly. That's just
Taiwo,
it.
what's your word of advice?
Yeah, like she said, don't hold back. Then
everything's like Chika said.
I'm just going to add to it that no, I just want to
I get
make it like a list. She has said one, so this is number 2. So it's like just be intentional, because it takes intentionality to actually identify when you actually find what you're looking for. Because if you're not,
but what you're not looking for,
I wasn't looking for, but because I had an idea of how I want it when I'm finally ready, so it was easy for me. So when I saw it, it was easy for me to say, okay, this is it. I think now let me go out of that idea of I'm not ready to being ready.
So it's possible to find what you're looking for, even though you're not actively looking for.
Yeah, the thing is that when I feel like
guys, I'm dropping.
That's why they say that be ready, because opportunities will always come.
Yeah.
So that's a part of being intentional, because if you don't have, like, you're not so objective to even know that, okay, when it finally appears, this is what I want, this is how I want it to be. You can get everybody look at angels. So
and this lack of readiness has made people miss out on what they actually want, because they haven't stayed at any point in their life to concretize, to say, okay, this is what I want, such that when it comes, they identify that this is actually what I want. Okay, so another word for those actors, for those players who made this union, who God worked through to make this thing possible. Like, for example, the mutual friend.
Yeah.
One word of advice for Eric. One word, just poke him on the dots. Well, let's go.
I think Eric, just don't stop being you.
Eric, shout out to Eric.
Don't stop being
you. Keep posting, okay? Beautiful. All the friends in your list, keep posting. Taiwo, one word of advice.
Yeah, Eric, keep being a good person.
Aww.
Yeah, he's actually a good person.
Okay, now another word of advice for people who do not post their friends, or people who don't view. No, people who don't post their friends and people who don't view the updates of their contact. But if Taiwo did not view his WhatsApp, that should mean he will not see your picture. So one word for those who do not post their friends and who do not view their WhatsApp updates, WhatsApp contact updates.
post your friends.
Exactly. Like, post your friends, please. Post your friends. You don't know whether the love of their lives will be on your timeline. So post them. Keep posting. Don't stop posting.
And those that don't view.
Yeah, those that don't view. Who hurt you?
When you post them, declare about what the caption to, because
yeah,
if when Eric posted, he has said like, oh, love of my life or something,
or
maybe that would have distracted me and just pushed me. I feel like, oh, don't let me go to. But so just
what was the caption the day Eric posted?
I think he said something about
G or something.
My G or something. My friend or something.
Yeah,
you should use a friend. I was like, oh, can I meet that your friend?
People cannot flash these days.
So don't go be using 2 emoji or something. My heart,
they post their boyfriend and be putting my G. People are camouflaging. Can you see? It's a lesson. Be honest. If it's your G, put G. If it's your lover,
exactly.
It's your lover.
And if it's your crush,
yeah.
my crush. So I know that.
Yeah, he put G actually.
Exactly. Because why would I want to go and ask your own crush? I was like, someone your crush comes so easy.
I mean, it's just a crush.
Yeah.
I mean. Okay, so we've come to the end of today's recording, but before we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to say that I might have missed out on?
I think the last thing is that the moment you make up your mind to go into a relationship, just have it at the back of your mind that it's not going to be an easy task, but challenge yourself to say you are going to do what it takes for that relationship to work. Don't just give up on the relationship and feel like you can just easily, there's an alternative out there or someone better out there. Don't have that mindset. Sit where you are. If you've made the decision to follow, this is sit where you are, figure it out with it. Because it's better and very sweet that way than having to jump from one to another. And
lesson, guys, if you've seen what you like, you've made up your mind, stay there, right? There's no place where it's all rosy.
Yeah.
The grass is greener on the other side, they say, because someone is watering it and nurturing. So nurture your grass. Okay?
Yeah.
Chika, any words? It's okay if there's
true love exists. There is love, and you just have to be patient enough to wait for the person that sees you for who you are.
Sorry, so from the time you guys met or started texting, so when he popped the question, how long was it?
We got engaged like after 5 months
of dating.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
After 5 months.
So when did you guys start dating?
Started dating.
We met in May. We started dating in August. I think my parents were here. 1 year
of you people's meeting anniversary.
And exactly.
Hey, Jesus. All right, guys. Thank you for agreeing to be on this episode. Fun time. Thank you for the sacrifice. So, guys, make of this story what you will. Love exists.
Yeah.
Now, until the next time we meet, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Young in love.